Sam, I heard you say once before that the left has one advantage over the right in that it has a self-correcting mechanism. Well, now that the left seems to be going off the deep end, we need those mechanisms. I'm not sure I said that, or at least I don't think I said that it was an advantage. In fact, it's a disadvantage. The self-criticism of the left is a disadvantage in its tug of war with the right. The left eats its own in a way that the right never seems to. And what you find on the left is a criticism of one's own tribe, which can lead to a kind of masochism. Now, short of masochism, obviously self-criticism is a intellectual virtue. It's very good to wonder whether or not one is wrong, to wonder whether or not one's opponent, politically, might have a point, to wonder whether or not one's group has treated other groups, especially less powerful groups, unfairly. And not to have any of those concerns really streamlines one's politics, because you can just think about in-group and out-group with a clear conscience. And conservatives, certainly more authoritarian ones, certainly bigoted ones, certainly xenophobic ones, they can do this with a clear conscience. So it's on the left where virtues of tolerance and self-criticism, fairness, tend to be found, where the specter of self-doubt begins to loom. And you find people on the left, and people like Noam Chomsky are the ultimate example of this. This is really the golem one produces when one performs the final incantation on the left. You wind up with total masochism. We are always wrong. We are the worst. We deserve whatever is coming to us. That is the crevasse into which much of the left has fallen, morally and politically. That's their view, for instance, of U.S. foreign policy and things like the war on terror. There is a kind of asymmetric warfare between left and right. You have someone like Trump, for instance, running for president, where he does not pay the price for his obvious dishonesty the way someone like Hillary Clinton pays the price for hers in front of her audience. Trump can get up there and speak in an almost information-free way, just giving voice to pure bombast and platitudes, and contradict himself over and over again, reveal his ignorance on topics of huge importance, and merely bully and bloviate when that ignorance is pointed out. And he seems to pay no penalty for this. Whereas someone on the left, someone like Clinton or Sanders, if they were committing precisely the same sins, again, saying nothing of substance and saying it dishonestly much of the time, I think they would receive much more criticism from their own base. Now, again, this is not, I don't want to make too much of this difference. The left is insane in its own ways and capable of shocking dishonesty. And I've complained about this a lot with respect to my own antagonists. But there is an asymmetry here that is interesting and politically consequential. The left does eat its own in a way that the right doesn't. That's not an advantage politically, though it is connected to a virtue that I think the left tends to have more than the right, which is a capacity for self-criticism, a capacity to wonder whether or not you should take your opponent's point of view more seriously. And that, when constrained by basic human sanity and a desire to maintain civilization against its enemies, is a very good thing.